Hey guys, Happy New Year, Happy Monday. I'm so excited to be back and filming again after taking a little bit of a break, and I have a review for you guys. And I know I missed the last two Sunday hauls in a row, and to be honest with you, I'm not sure if I'm going to continue doing that. I'm still thinking about it, but when I took a poll on my community tab and also in my Facebook group, I got about like 60% of you saying that you would rather see makeup reviews as they come in and see true reviews versus just the haul. So that's what today's video is all about. We'll see how it goes. I have a couple of things that came in last week and I've been testing everything out. So let's go ahead and jump in. I have some new products from Pout Beauty and also from Persona. So let's go ahead and start with the products from Pout Beauty first. And they had sent over this lip gloss. It's called Plump Pout Volume Gloss. And this is just in a clear shade. It's called Clear Ice. And it says that this combines the high shine of a lacquered gloss with the long wear of a stain. So I'm guessing there's other colors. This one isn't going to stain anything, obviously, but it says it's packed full of lip volumizing peptides and avocado and jojoba oils, and that it has a lightweight creamy texture that immediately merges with your lips. And I have to agree, I mean, I don't necessarily see immediate plumping effect, but it definitely smooths out my lips and makes them feel very soft. It's a totally non-sticky lip gloss, which I really liked a lot. It does have a bit of like a pepperminty sort of tingle going on. There's nothing burning or stinging. I don't think it's really that kind of a plumper. I think it's supposed to be more of just a plump over time type of thing with the peptides, but I did really like how hydrating it was, and it just really prepped my lips for my actual lip color. I loved just kind of leaving it on while I did the rest of my makeup, and then when I did my lipstick last, I felt like it went on really nice and smooth over that. The next product I tried was the Lightshow eyeshadow palette, and this is in the shade Fire Fit. So it's actually a really warm tone palette, and it reminds me a lot of both the ColourPop Yes Please palette and also the Natasha Denona Sunset palette. I feel like it has those very similar vibes going on. And also, I don't know if you guys knew this, but Pout Beauty is at CVS stores now. I saw it in my local store several months ago when I was there. I think I haven't been back since, but I really don't go out to stores all that often. But I did see it there, so you might want to check online to see if your local store actually carries it. I don't know if it's in everyone, but anyway, let me show you some swatches of this palette. I thought it swatched really nicely. I thought everything went on very smooth. It picked up really well, and also it seemed very pigmented. It does have two pressed glitters in here, and then you have kind of a mix of matte and shimmer shades. So first off, to prep my eyes for eyeshadow, I'm using my MAC Paint Pot in Painterly. I use this every single time before I do my eyeshadow because I like how it just cancels out all the redness on my eyelids and just creates a really smooth canvas to work with. So then next I'm going into the palette and picking up this medium brown shade with my Refer number 14 brush. And this brush is great for hooded eyes. It's a smaller size crease brush, so it allows you to put the shadow exactly right in your crease, and that's super important if you don't have a lot of lid space like I do. I really need to be precise with the placement of my eyeshadow, not to mention that this brush is really soft and fluffy, so I feel like it blends out the color really nicely. And as far as this color goes, I think it's gripping to the primer really well. It goes on very pigmented. Next, for my outer corner, I'm picking up this terracotta shade with the small pointed eyeshadow brush from Profusion. And this is another great brush if you have hooded eyes. It allows you to be really precise because it's so tiny. And I usually use this one for my outer corner. And what I noticed with this eyeshadow, now that I already put down some powder and my base is drying a little bit, I noticed that this one is not gripping to my skin quite as easily. I think initially when I put the first shade on, it was kind of grabbing to the primer, but now that everything is dry, I'm seeing that this formula is one of those really powdery formulas that blends away super easily, kind of like the new Milani Gilded palettes. If you've tried those, it feels very similar to that. So I feel like I have to keep packing this color on just to get it to show up, but then when I go to blend it, it kind of blends away. So that's just something that I wanted to mention so far that I've noticed about this eyeshadow formula. But keep in mind, if you are somebody who likes a more subtle look and you really don't want to pack on the color onto your lids and you just want something very very soft and diffused, then you might actually really enjoy this formula because it is super easy to blend and you really don't get any harsh lines with it. So that is just another perspective to think about. And then last but not least, I'm picking up this golden shade with my finger to apply to my lid. And this one, I felt like it was a little bit difficult to pick up. It did feel very buttery and creamy, but at the same time, I did have to kind of dig my finger into the pan a little bit to pick up enough product. And as I'm putting it on my lid, I noticed that it's not the most metallic or foiled kind of eyeshadow. It's a really, really smooth and subtle type of shimmer. So again, if you're somebody who likes more of a subtle look, I think you'd really enjoy this formula. But if you're somebody who likes that like wow effect on your eyes and something really, really pigmented and something that's gonna pop, then you may not necessarily like this one. It does have the pressed glitters though, so that might be another option if you wanted to maybe on some days wear something that was a little bit more bold and then other days wear something more subtle. So it does have that variety in there. But for me personally, I don't like to wear glitters. I wear contacts, and if they fall into my eyes, it can get really uncomfortable. So for me, glitters are not something that I normally look for or that's a plus to me when it comes to palettes. So because this eyeshadow look is a little bit more on the subtle side, I'm going to be using the Pop Beauty Flashshadow in the shade Crushed Copper. And this color looks absolutely beautiful. I think it pairs perfectly with the colors in this palette. So I'm just going to apply this directly with the applicator that comes with. It has kind of a flat paddle style applicator versus a doe foot. And I think that this applies really, really easily. The color is gorgeous. It's a little bit glittery, but not over the top, and it doesn't have the chunky pieces of glitter that I feel like are gonna fall into my eyes. So I really liked how this applied. I thought it went on beautifully, and really there's no fuss to it. You just dab it on with the applicator and you can, you know, pat it with your finger if you want to. I didn't even really feel like I needed to do that at all, and it just really looks great. So I was very, very happy with this one. Next up for my eyeliner, I'm gonna be using the Kokie Velvet Smooth eyeliner in the shade Deepest Black. This is my go-to eyeliner. I know I talk about this one all the time, but it is so incredibly creamy. It applies to your waterline perfectly without any type of effort whatsoever. And it reminds me so much of the Urban Decay 24/7 eyeliners. It's almost an exact dupe for it. It comes in so many different colors. So I'll leave this link down below also with the 25% off code. If you guys want to try a really good eyeliner, I highly, highly recommend this one. And I just apply my eyeliner from the midpoint of my eye right across to the outer corner, and then I stop right there. And I find that that usually works for my eye shape the best. And then for mascara, I'm using the new Maybelline Lash Sensational Sky High Mascara. I really love the length that this one gives. I don't feel like it gives as much volume as length, but I love really long lashes, so I thought that this one was great. It is a very wet formula though, so I just want to mention that. It can potentially get a little bit clumpy, but I feel like the brush with the way that the bristles are spread out helps with that a little, and the more that you comb it through, the less clumps there are. So I've really been enjoying this one a lot as well. And next up for the rest of my face, I have some new products from Persona. I know I did do a quick swatch video with these, but I wanted to try them on for you guys because I got some requests to do that. So first up is their new Super Blush color in Terracotta. So I really love their Super Blush, and I was really excited to see a new shade launch. And this one is super beautiful. It's a warm, earthy, neutral shade. It says that it's perfect for medium to dark skin tones, but I mean, I have a pretty fair skin tone, and I think it applied beautifully to me as well. I think you do have to go a little easier with the color if you do have a fairer skin tone. Just try not to pick up too much with your brush and go really light-handed with it at first and build it the way you want. But even though this one is recommended for deeper skin tones, I didn't have an issue with it at all, and I think the color is really beautiful and super flattering. Another thing I love about these blushes is how long-lasting they are, so that's just one more reason I really love this formula. Next up, Persona had also released 4 new lip liners, and these colors are all super beautiful, kind of pinky, peachy nudes. And these are super creamy, they're blendable, they're long lasting on your lips. I've been wearing them all week and just really enjoying them. They are so creamy, you can just wear them as a lipstick, which is actually what I'm doing today. So I'll show you guys some quick swatches of all the different shades. The first one we have is Almond, which is a light warm nude. And then we have 90210, which is a deep brick shade. And this is like the perfect 90s color. Then we have Rosewood, which is a warm nude. And then Dusk, which is a rosy mauve shade. So for today's look, I'm wearing the color Almond, and I just think this is so beautiful. This one is probably my favorite shade out of all of them to wear. And like I said before, these are just so creamy and easy to fill in your lips completely with them, just like you would a normal lipstick. And even though they have more of a soft matte finish, they really don't feel drying at all either. These do transfer just a tiny little bit, so they're not completely budge proof, but for the most part, they stay on for hours and are really, really long lasting, but without the dry feeling. Persona also released 2 new shades of their lip glosses, and these lip glosses are amazing because not only are they glossy and beautiful on your lips, but unlike other glosses, these also are kind of like a lip treatment if you have drier lips. They have almond oil and avocado oil and shea butter, so they just have a really, really nourishing formula. They feel so good, especially now in the winter time. They have a nice vanilla scent to them, and I have 2 different shades. We have Marrakesh and also Twilight. So Marrakesh is described as a rose clay color, and this again I think pairs perfectly with that terracotta blush. And then Twilight is described as a sheer champagne gloss. So this one has tiny little glitters in it, but you don't feel the glitter particles. It goes on super, super smooth. So I've really been enjoying these 2. I can actually put on the Marrakesh one really quick just so you can see what it looks like. I'll just put it on top of the lip liner. It's actually almost the same color as the lip liner, so I think they pair perfectly with each other. And then last but not least, we have one more product from Pout Beauty, and this is their Makeup Magnet Mist. They've had this actually for a long time, and it looks like it's just been repackaged. I don't know that they changed the formula necessarily, but this setting spray is really good. I used to have it actually a couple years ago, and I really enjoyed it a lot. It says that this mist fixes makeup like a magnet to your skin while delivering hydration and nutrients, ensuring all day makeup stay, and that it's depuffing, energizing, and soothing. So what I really, really love about this spray is how fine the mist is. If you don't get any of those water droplets, it goes on super even, which I love, and the mist is so fine that it doesn't make your face feel wet. It kind of dries instantly. So I've really been enjoying this setting spray. The only thing is, I don't know if I'm the best person to say whether this helps makeup last longer or not, because I normally don't have issues with my makeup fading throughout the day. I have really dry skin, so my makeup doesn't tend to slide off or break up. So I don't know, I don't really ever notice too much of a difference when I'm using a setting spray versus when I'm not, but I think this is definitely worth a try, especially if you like something that has a very even mist to it and that dries down really fast. So just a quick recap on the things that I really loved. First is this lip gloss. I would definitely be interested in trying some of the colors that it comes in, but just as kind of a prepping lip balm before all of my other makeup, I think that this worked really well. It just kind of made my lips feel really smooth and look a little bit smoother, and I'd be interested to see what this would do after wearing it long term. Another thing I really loved were the Persona blush and lip glosses, because I've used these before. I already know and love these formulas, and I think the colors they came out with are so stunning and so beautiful. I feel like Persona always gets it right every single time. And also their lip liners are definitely a hit. I know I've only been using them for probably like 4 or 5 days, but I just love how creamy they are. They're really long lasting. They don't feel dry. Also, the Pop Beauty Flashshadow. This isn't something that I normally wear on an everyday basis. I'm not normally a liquid eyeshadow person, but I have to say This one holds up beautifully. I wore it the other day and it didn't crease even after 8-9 hours of wear. When I looked in the mirror, it still looked perfect, and I didn't have that little line where my crease was that I sometimes get with liquid or cream eyeshadows. So I thought this was super long lasting and really easy to apply as well. And then the only thing I tried today that I'm not really big on is this eyeshadow palette from Pop. I just really didn't love the formula. Like I said, it reminds me a lot of the new Milani formula, and I just find these a little bit more difficult to work with because the matte shadows keep blending away as I'm trying to pack on the color. And also I felt like the shimmer shades were a little bit more lackluster, and I know I'm not going to use these two pressed glitters. So for me, I would more likely reach for either my Natasha Denona Sunset palette or the ColourPop Yes Please palette if I wanted colors like this. I think those formulas are a little bit more what I'm looking for usually in an eyeshadow. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. And also, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I would love to have you here. Thank you guys so much for watching and taking time out of your day to spend it here with me. I always appreciate it so much. Thanks, guys, and I will see you all in my next one. Take care. Bye.